Maybe I should have fixed all of that earlier. Who knows? Who cares? All right, everyone. Hello. Good evening. Let me know if you can hear me, please. I'd appreciate it. I should have. Let me make sure this volume is off. All right.
Yeah, you have a wallet here.
I just need just a mic check.
I just opened your wallet and I see.
Appreciate it. Of course, you can hear Suzanne's big mouth in the room. All right, thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. So, I'm going to mute you for a second. I want to go. I'm muted, and I still spoke Portuguese to her and just told her to go talk somewhere else because people don't need to hear what she is saying. So, we're not going to be here long. Just wanted to come on and talk about something that's been going on, something that's been going on. I'm not going to welcome in chat. I'm not going to. It's not that kind of stream, and I apologize for that. If you get offended for that, for me not saying hi directly to you, I see, you're all here, and thank you. I see hearts. I see. I'm just not. It's not that kind of stream. I don't want to. It's just not. So, yeah, just take that as a grain of salt. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. First and foremost, I don't even know if that came out right. We've spoken to Chris. We've texted Chris. We've spoken personally to Chris. Our condolences to Chris. His mommy, as he liked to call him, and I call mine that too. I used to call mine that too, but his mommy and his children, his brother, and the rest of the family on the loss of his father yesterday. It was yesterday. It was early morning, so Saturday night. It's Sunday morning, so it's never easy to lose a parent, but we know a day's coming, and unfortunately, that lovely man, his day came yesterday. So it was yesterday. So first and foremost, that keep Chris and his family in your thoughts and prayers as well. So before I even really get into all of this, I want to, and I have a notepad. I wrote some stuff down because I have to, because my mind's just been everywhere, and I don't want to be losing track of where I am or what I'm even saying. But I posted something on Facebook. Wasn't much. It was just, a broken heart and a crying emoji. Suzanne has posted something herself. It wasn't a mistake, but mine shared to the page too. So, it was out there. Now, we all have we're all personal. We're ourselves. You're you. My wife's me, her. Whoever's in the chat, you're you. We're all people. We all have our own personal lives, and some stuff should not be out there unless you choose to. And I guess I chose to put my life out there to you all. And to others when we put stuff on Facebook. So it's only right that if I did that, and you know me, I'm not stupid. If there's something really, I'm not going to put it out there. But I did put this out there. So when people started texting myself and Suzanne, I felt that the only way to do it was this way, and because one, I'm tired of answering texts. I just am, and please, I don't mean that in a rudest way. I'm tired of just copying and paste, or even worse, not sending some text. There's a few people, and I know you're listening, that have text and I've literally not replied back to you, and it's not because I don't want to, because if you have my phone number, then we're that close. It's just because I'm just tired. I'm just tired, and I know I'm dragging this. It feels like I'm dragging this. I want to get to it, but I want to make sure all of this is said. I'm just tired answering texts. So I figured, you know what? I'll do this. Now, doing this, some people would just, and I know there's some people who would just think, well, it's Carlos looking for attention. And I'm talking about the stream, not what's going on, and we're going to get to it. I'm talking about this stream itself. Because we have our haters, we have our people that don't like us, and will always find something to talk about us or our close friends, be it to other friends, be it through mod chats. You got to find something better to do. I'm telling you, people, those. So feel free to go and start your BS if you'd like. Or even better, stop listening, because we know you're doing that. And not only to me, to other people. And just go away, because I've said it before, you're sad. It's sad, but it's sad that people do that. So, but for the rest of you who are actually here with interest, and not just nosy, because there's some of those too, but so we're gonna get into it right now. I am gonna mention that I am not gonna answer questions. I'm not even looking at chat. I'm looking at it, but I'm not looking at chat. I'm not gonna answer questions. I have made certain people aware not to answer questions on my behalf. I could be blunt. I know my sister's in the chat. I know my sister's listening. Maybe my son is. Well, no, because I know where my son is right now, so maybe he's not listening. I know my sister's in the chat. I made sure my wife sent her a text. There is no questions to be answered. I'm not looking for questions. No, I'm not going to answer them. I'm sure I will get a few more texts after this, and I swear I will try to reply to you guys to the best of my ability, and Suzanne's as well. So, with all of that being said, at 3:30 in the morning yesterday, Michaela was in a very serious car accident. She was coming home, and she was on her way home, and drove off the road, off the highway. Well, again, I'm trying to, Suzanne and I talked about this. We're trying to watch my words, not to not give a lot away, but I mean, we don't have to be precise where she was or where I said where she was going, but she was on her way home. And I think by now Suzanne's already shut this stream off because she's tired of reliving this, and it's only been 30-something hours. Driving home and on a highway, and came off the highway, off the road. Yeah, and I don't want to get into any details, too much details, but serious accident. Single car by herself. She was the only passenger. Thankfully, thank God. I will say that. Thank God she was the only passenger. Sh- Um, she was brought to. Let me just say that she's alive. Before people start thinking, "Oh my God," I don't think I'd. I'm sorry if I lost a child right now. I don't think I'd be doing this. But she's alive. But let me just throw that out there. She was brought to the trauma center, where she still is. I'm not going to mention what hospital. Brought to the trauma center. She has. I don't mind putting out what she has wrong with her. She has a fractured skull, a hip. They call it dislocated. I saw the X-ray. I mean, it's dislocated, but I mean, it just came off. I mean, the distance in the X-ray, even the doctor was like, I just don't, you know, it was out there. They have put the X-ray. They have put the hip back. We are waiting on a couple MRIs to make sure that, and I know there's nurses who are listening. Well, I know for sure of one that is listening. Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. People in the medical fields. Actually, I know two will listen. I guess the time frame of how long it was dislocated, and I'm going to get into that too, to where it, I guess, when you connect it back up, make sure the ligaments take. When doctors are talking, I swear I'm listening, but I'm really not. I have no freaking clue what they're talking about, but I get it. So the hip was dislocated, put back. The fractured the skull. She has a fractured ankle. Lots of bruises, bruised lungs. She also has a small, Suzanne wants me to be precise, a very small, even though they are watching it like a hawk, a very small bleed in an artery. So, her fracture is literally right where before the spine meets. So she, for the next 11 weeks, will be wearing a halo. If you don't know what a halo is, it's funny how the doctor brought it up. It's not my favorite movie, but if you ever watch Mean Girls, literally the doctor, and I'm laughing because literally the doctor's just like, if you ever watch Mean Girls, you know what it is. And Suzanne knew what it was. I'm like, I think I've seen Mean Girls once. But we have a group chat and the meme has been used multiple times. So she'll be wearing a halo for a while. Looking at my notes. I said why I was doing this. This is why I'm doing this. Yeah. She was intubated because she was vomiting a lot. Sure, because of the impact nerves, whatever it was. She was vomiting a lot, so they were concerned about her aspirating. So they intubated her too, but that came out late last night before we left. So she is breathing on her own. She's breathing. She's talking. She's of good spirits. But as a parent, you don't want any harm to your children. You don't want to lose a child. You don't want any harm to your children. For us, Suzanne and I, I'll even bring up my ex-wife because she is a mother to my two oldest ones. None of us have gone to any of this before. So this is all Nicholas, Serena have never broken a bone. Neither has Michaela. Nobody's ever broken a bone. So to never breaking a bone, to seeing your child laid up with tubes coming out of her and having that big piece of metal on her head is different. So to put it lightly, Suzanne and I have just not been right in the head. I have, you know, it's a lot. So, but thankfully, and I truly mean this, thankfully, Suzanne has. This is gonna just whatever you guys take it however the hell you want. Suzanne has friends. Suzanne has work friends, close friends, who have been, in deep contact with her. She always has. She has her group of girls that she always goes into a text. I, for one, and again, don't take this anywhere. Take this however you want. I guess I, for one, have, I have two, confidants, people I tell everything to. One pays me to do it. Literally, he's my boss. I mean, he's my boss. He's my best friend. I tell him everything. So, one is him. That's why I say he pays me to do it. And the other one is the kid I grew up with. But, I'll be honest with you, I haven't talked to him in a while. But then I do have many of you. And I mean many. I could say all, but, I mean many of you that we're close. We're very close. And I'm thankful for that. We are thankful. It's been hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Like I said, a lot of people have text. I have only told maybe, a handful. And then the rest I just say, you'll find out. Well, I'll tell you when I tell everybody. Again, I said I'm not reading chat, but I saw something was deleted. But I'm actually laughing at it. But it's all right that it was deleted. I get it why it was deleted, but I'm laughing at it. Person's not wrong. I wonder myself. But so, like I said, we have you guys, and I say we. So this is from me and Suzanne. So we do have many friends through you guys. But it's been very overwhelming. And see, like I said, I see one of Suzanne's close friends in the chat. It's been very, and it's only been 30 hours, and such a long road ahead. Such a long road. I'm hearing beeping like I'm in the hospital, and I don't know what it is. Long road ahead. We're talking Michaela out of work for, months, and I mean months, because she's going to be wearing that for, let's say, 11 weeks, 3 months. I mean months. Suzanne is in contact with her work about what she's going to do, because Michaela needs care when she comes home. So we're trying to figure that out. We live on a second floor. I've never hidden the fact we don't own the house, and we don't live. We're on the second floor of a duplex. So we got to figure all that out for her, get her here, get her situated when she's ready to come home. Christmas has been postponed because we're not going to have Christmas without her home. So Christmas Eve would have been at my in-laws. They have canceled everything as well. Christmas Day we host. All of that is put, on the back burner until she comes home. So there's that too. Wow, my granddaughter walks pretty heavy. I think it's the shoe she has on. Yeah. One thing I do want to say too is when this accident happened, I really want to commend, and I'm an Apple guy. I'm an iPhone guy. I'm the one that found Michaela. Well, yeah, I'm the one that found Michaela. So when this accident happened, the impact of the accident put her phone, her Apple iPhone, into the SOS mode. It detected an impact and called 911 on itself. It sent texts to her emergency contacts. I'm not even sure how many she has, but I know text went to Suzanne, went to I, went to some of the other kids. And I know I was in bed. Again, it was 3:30 in the morning. 3:25 to be precise. 3:23 to be precise. I, threw whatever I threw on and jumped on the highway because my phone, with the text that Suzanne and I got, with the text Suzanne and I, and everybody else, Nicholas, Serena, I know Serena got hers, Nicholas. Again, I don't know who else was on the emergency contact list, but I, jumped in the car, got on the highway, and I'm not going to say which. I was going to say which highway, only because I know there's some local people looking. I know Tina's here. Let me just say that. So I got on the highway and followed the ping on the phone. I drove by it. I'm like, well, I don't see anything. There's no lights. There's no car lights. There's no police lights, trucks, nothing. I mean, it's Christmas week. The highway's dead. It's 3:30 in the morning. So I took the exit, came back, and I'm like, the ping on my phone was telling me it was literally on a rest area. So I was on the phone with Suzanne. I'm like, Suzanne, do you think her car was stolen? Somebody, she left her phone in the car, threw it out the window. So literally I pulled into the rest area, but it's a closed rest area. Let me put it that way. The construction uses it, construction trucks. And I was backing out because I couldn't get out the other end, backing out. And by this time, a state trooper pulled up behind me. I rolled my window down. I says, I'm looking for my daughter. He's like, well, we were notified. We're looking as well. What is your phone telling you? I says, well, I got a ping from Apple. Now, the state troopers only had a vicinity. They're going off the cell towers. I had a direct ping. Well, there was two troopers, one car. The one in the passenger side got out, says, can I see your phone? I said, definitely here. And we're literally standing on the red dot. I mean, we're on it. We're at the same time, I kid you not, he's like, he grabs my phone, he opens it, and his partner screaming. Literally, I'll remember this for the rest of my life. He's like, partner, she's right there. He had his spotlight, driver's side, pointing, I swear to God, I'm not good with angles, but I'm telling you, and I shit you not, straight to my left. Like I said, we're standing right on the red dot. Just look right to my left. The reason we couldn't see her, the car, it was a ditch. The median on this highway, most of it is flat. The part she went into had a ditch, so we couldn't see the car, the black car. Yeah, so it was the coldest night of the year. Well, let me rephrase that. The year is not over, of this winter season that has just begun. It was single digits, felt below zero. And I am not patting myself on the shoulders or anything, but I'm just saying, if iPhone did not do what it did, if I did not go running, I don't know how long before she would have been found. Would she have frozen to death? I don't know. I don't even know what she had on. Would she had, like the doctor spoke about the hip, so long the hip's disconnected before it dislocated before it can reconnect? I don't know. There's a lot of I don't knows. I don't know a lot of things. I have a lot of questions that need answered. I don't know. I know the car is a complete total. because I've already spoken to my body guys, because I was going to send it to his shop, and he's like, don't even bother. His joke, I guess it's a body guy. He ain't buffing that out. He's like, I can't buff that one out. So it's a complete loss. So Michaela's out of a car. Knock on wood, probably the smartest thing. And I did not do it intentionally. I kind of did it because I don't do it to my own cars. When they asked, would you like gap insurance with this purchase, Michaela? And it's only going to be so much more a month. And she said no, because she didn't want to pay it, because she's 19 years old when she bought the car. I don't want to pay any more money. I'd rather, buy a pair of shoes. Daddy says, BS, we're putting every piece of insurance that the bank wants to throw on here. So you're going to pay whatever I tell you you're going to pay. But yeah, I don't do it to my own cars. So there's that. At least the car is covered completely. It's a complete loss, but I don't have to worry about it. But, like I said, it's going to be a long road. Physically, definitely. Mentally, definitely. Financially, definitely. But it could be worse. Could have been so much worse. You could not be here with us. Or, of course, that's the worst. Or just worse. Fracture here, fracture there. It could have been worse. That's what we keep saying. I know I am the toughest son of a... It's my channel. You don't like to listen. Again, go into my chats and complain. I am the toughest son of a bitch with my children you've ever seen. They know that. Especially Michaela. And Suzanne cracks... Well, it's not a joke. Suzanne says it. You are with her and she is with you because you guys are alike. She is 100% a twin of Suzanne. On the outside, but on the inside, especially up here and right here, everything that comes out of this is all me. But, the love I have for my children, they don't believe it, but yeah. That's it. We'll get through it. You all now know what the Facebook posts are about, why I canceled today's stream. Today we were supposed to make stuffing, but no Christmas, no stuffing. We'll make it. I moved it out a week, and I'll keep moving it out until we can actually make it, because Mom's stuffing right now deserves to be made, because Mom saved her granddaughter's life. I truly believe that. After looking at the car, after looking at everything else, I truly believe my mother wrapped her arms around her and says, I'm not going to let you die now, because I want to wait for you to get home for your father to kill you. Yeah, I can throw jokes out there every once in a while. But, yeah, so Mom's stuffing will be made once we celebrate Christmas. It's hard. It's hard because it's Christmas. It's hard. You want to celebrate Christmas, but we're not going to do it without her. And tomorrow's Christmas Eve. We'll order a pizza somewhere or something. And Christmas Day, we'll be at the hospital. We'll go hang out with her at the hospital for a little bit. I might have a rant about not the hospital. It's not a rant. I don't want this to go any longer than it is. I'm just gonna say our hospital charges to park no matter where you're going. Even if you go to emergency room, I don't get it. They charge you to park. So I have spent more money on parking in the last, because we went there, twice when it happened, and then today and tomorrow. And I mean, I've spent more money on parking than what I do on shoes. This hospital, she's in the best care. I will say this: all the doctors, the nurses. Once the staff found out it was the Apple phone that did everything, they were all like coming over to talk. They just wanted to know how to set their phones up. I don't even know. I need to ask Michaela, because I don't know. I don't know if she did it. So, but damn, why are you charging people, sick people, to park. I mean, even visitors, okay, hey, you know, but even that's dumb. But I mean, everybody has to park. Checking my notes. That all being said, I think that's everything. Like I said, you all know now. Again, feel free to text if you want to. I'm not telling you not to. I'm not telling anybody not to reach out. I would never do that. I would never do that. But if we don't reply right away, it's not intentional. We're just tired. We're tired. It's a lot. I see some of the comments. I said I wasn't going to answer questions or reply to it, but I see some of the comments. But yeah. So I truly love you all. 90% of you. 95. They validate if you're being discharged, Leanne. See, that's the only comment I'm going to read, because I wondered, and I did find out that if you're being discharged, you won't park that day. You won't pay that day. So the day Michaela comes home, I save, $12, whatever the hell it is. But it's been insane. I don't want to, this is definitely not to overshadow Chris. Chris is going through a lot worse. Losing his parent, losing his daddy. This week. I don't want to say unexpected, because, I knew his medical state, and Chris told you all his medical state, but it just came sudden. It came too sudden than what they were expecting, and that's unfair. It was just unfair. So keep Chris and his family in your thoughts and prayers. I'm not a praying man. I've always said that. I'm not a praying man, but if you are, I guess we could use some too, and I appreciate it. That's it. Have a wonderful Christmas Eve, a wonderful Christmas Day. I doubt I will have any live streams coming up. If I do, it might be a morning brew, only because I hate using the word need, but it's just sitting back and doing nothing and waiting sucks. So if I pop on really early in the morning to just talk, you'll get that. But if not, I guess the next stream ever will be the stuffing, when we decide when Christmas is. So enjoy your family, your friends on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Have a Merry Christmas from the Estevez family to you all. I swear cards went out to a lot of you. I don't know if they've reached them, but they have. I'm trying to end it here. We're not on StreamYard. I have to go over here with my finger. I look like ass, so there's nothing pretty to leave you with to look at besides me. So bye, everyone. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for everything.